Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dan, and I am joined here with my son, D3. Say hi, son. Y'all know where the camera is. You're just looking at the mic menacingly. So you know what we're here for. Nintendo Switch 2 Direct has dropped, and as I promised, I am going to put a video up today. We're just going to throw up whatever it is that I say. Hopefully, my son doesn't go too crazy while we're doing this or drop a deuce. If he does, I'll probably cut that out. But other than that, we're just going to run through as is, and I'll give my reactions as we go along. I see it's just over an hour, so we'll do our best here. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. What up, y'all? It's your boy Dan, and as anticipated, today Nintendo dropped the Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2. Due to some technical difficulties, I'm not able to share the video that I originally created, so I'm just going to go through and recap some of the moments of the direct that kind of caught my attention, things that I'm interested in, as opposed to kind of droning on like I do with some of these videos, because again, I'm terrible at doing these let's watch type things and stuff. I'm trying to work on it, but I'm not great at it right now. So I think it'll probably be best to just kind of jump to the elements of the Switch 2 that I am excited about and just kind of talk about those and what kind of games and stuff are coming out on that. So let's go ahead and make that happen. All right, so when they did the Nintendo Switch unveiling, Nintendo Switch 2 unveiling, they showed a game on the Switch that I thought was Mario Kart 8, just at quick appearances, but it turns out it's going to be Mario Kart 9, so Mario Kart 9 confirmed. I'm not super excited about this. I'm sure it's going to be a blast to play. I did see that there's a few different elements. They're showing a couple of them now where you can, I guess, change your costume mid play, or is that I'm not sure if that's something that happens during the game, but I do like the adventure elements that they're going to unveil on here. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And I called it Mario Kart 9, but it's actually Mario Kart World, even though I came into the video knowing that it was Mario Kart World. Still call it Mario Kart 9.
You can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
I think free roam will be pretty fun for some people. What the heck is Balladay? I'm about to cut these captions off.
You can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
You can also go for
I like the idea of doing like a GTA type just riding around thing. Now, if you can hype off your bikes and like kind of walk around the different areas, that'd be pretty cool too. It's like at this point, you know, Mario Kart has to evolve a little bit for it to get past just the, because they put so much into Mario Kart 8. They put so much into Mario Kart 8 that Mario Kart World has to really step it up for it to be appealing, I would think.
More details about this title will be shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World Direct. So be on the lookout for more information in the future.
Probably won't be tuning into that one.
And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button.
The Joy-Cons are still very small. Like, they look small in his hands, so I think I have bigger hands than him and stuff. So I'm like, I'm still not going to be utilizing those. Now, the game chat feature I think is pretty cool too.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello?
So it's almost like doing like Discord calls or Zoom calls and stuff on the Switch.
If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job, good job. There we go. There we go.
Now I think that'll make for some interesting videos and stuff if you want to do like multiplayer stuff on the Switch, and then you want to record it and kind of share it online and stuff. Then you can do it. You go about it that way as opposed to having to share each other's videos and stuff and putting them on there like a lot of the people I watch do.
You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
I can't imagine a lot of people like watching a game within a game. Like if I'm playing a game, I'm not probably going to be watching you play another game.
Kirby, look, you're a star. That's so
But I'm an
awesome.
older gamer, so who knows? Like my attention has to be focused on what I'm doing. But I see some potential in the whole.
On the right Joy-Con
I see
too,
potential in the whole
there's an additional
group chat
button.
thing.
And there's this.
All right, so then you got the Switch 2 camera.
Connecting this camera to the system,
Hi, how's everyone doing? Good?
you can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game. Your face is on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the potential is going to be in that you get to see everybody's reactions and stuff while you're playing the games.
Same room.
So that's a step up.
Play together or compete in online multiplayer games.
Now, I don't think the camera comes with. Of course, the camera doesn't come with it. If there's a console that will piecemeal every
Start your own group
single
to run your game
peripheral
competition.
that it has, it's definitely going to be
Or hold a
Nintendo.
sports competition between families.
Like they went crazy with the Wii stuff.
All together.
All right, so that's game chat.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice feature right there too.
As shown here, you can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time.
Okay, so you can share with three other systems and stuff. So originally, when I saw when I watched this, I thought it was up to 3 systems total. So it makes sense for games like Mario 3D World to be able to do to have up to 4 systems total running off of it.
On Nintendo Switch.
So that's cool.
Game share support is
I've changed my mind from what I previously thought, which you'll never see because that video got screwed up. So
We'd like to
it
show
should
you
actually
the
make that
Nintendo
sound for the Switch too.
system itself.
Same
At 7.9
thickness.
inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
It's funny because I rarely play it unless I'm like traveling something. I rarely play it off the dock, so
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch,
the screen's
you can
never
enjoy
been a
games
big deal
with
for
greater
me.
detail on the 1080p screen.
But this might prompt me to pick it up more often and stuff. I really should just take it to work with me.
The screen supports up to 120 frames
So we got
per second,
1080p and we got
allowing for smoother
120
gameplay
frames
and
per
supporting
second.
titles.
I've never been one that's been like big on like the 4K stuff. Even 720 looks good on the screen, but 1080p is like where it needs to be, where it needs to be.
Contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
Very nice. That actually looks really good.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
Yeah, they didn't show the measurements for
Joy-Con
that.
2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
That's pretty dope. So I'm wondering if you can do, that means you would have to be able to do web browsing on the Switch if you wanted to.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, 3-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
So is that from the Switch itself? Oh, let me go back here.
Surround
I'm going to drop the captions because now it's getting in the way of the little blurbs down at the bottom. There we go. 3D audio only available in compatible games. 3D audio support via the built-in speakers requires a system update.
enjoyed with more immersive, 3-dimensional sound, as if it
okay.
were coming from all around you. Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand. You can
Much
move
better than the
freely
little
like this.
kickstand that it has that I easily knock loose all the time.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
So it doesn't look like, from what I've seen so far, it doesn't look like it has a dock.
USB Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage.
Very
8
good.
times that of Nintendo Switch for storing your game downloads, save data, and more. Reading and writing data.
I've always used the SD cards. Oh, there's the dock right there. I'm so blind.
Enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games.
Very good.
HDR is also supported in TV mode.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I saw the USBs on the Switch itself. AC adapter and HEI out. It has the USB ports on the sides still, which is good. But it took out the USB. It took out the extra USB that was on the inside of the dock. And it looks like you can use the USB-C on the Switch if you want to charge a third controller. Well, there it is.
This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
This is...
I'm standing over here. Okay, everyone, join
So
me
this
in
comes off
playing
as kind of like the, you know, Nintendo Land, your Wii style games and stuff. This presentation was a little boring, so I'm just gonna skip through this.
They will launch as a paid digital game on the
So this is the issue
Nintendo
that I
Switch
have
2
with it right
Welcome
here.
Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out if you're interested.
I don't want to pay for that. That looks so dull. That is definitely something. I just gotta say that was definitely something that should come with the game, just as a startup, just for people to get a feel for the Switch there. So I'm like, at what point do we just decide that everything that's going to come out requires payment? It doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't look interesting at all. I guess once it drops, I'll be able to see what it's all about. But I don't know. Even if it's just $5 and stuff, that doesn't seem like something you need. What comes with the Switch? That's like what's already on the Switch that's playable and stuff. Like we've gone so far away from your Wii Sports and stuff like that. It's sad, really, that, you know, that's the point that we're at. You know, you can put out a new console and not have anything. You pay hundreds of dollars for it and stuff, which I'll talk about more about that once we get there. But they can't give you just a little something to, you know, to spend time with and stuff until you're ready to get more games for it. But whatever.
Nintendo Switch 2. It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards, but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds.
Very good.
Work with micro SD express cards.
Now, the only thing I'll say about this is, like, I hope that they shrink the size of the game cases, because
Only work with micro SD express cards.
like they're just a bunch of air and then just a little disc. Just like make, I don't know, like Game Boy sized or DS sized cases for the games if you're going to keep them that small.
SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not.
Like, I don't mind the fact that they're like SD card sized cartridges and stuff, but it's like, do something better with the
You can
cases.
log into your Nintendo account
Make them a little
to
bit
use the
more
system
appealing.
transfer feature, which you can use to assign existing button control.
I wish they would go back to
It has a
the
C-button,
more
which
standard
launches game chat. On the back,
start and
there are
select
new
buttons.
GL
I don't know why they
buttons,
went away
which
from
you can
that.
use to assign. An audio jack has been added. We've introduced a
Yeah,
few new features.
We've added an audio jack for,
The
was it
official
for,
Nintendo
I guess
Switch
for
2
mics maybe.
will go live. There will also be an Ask
Everything's
the Developer
Bluetooth now,
article on the website, where the three
except
of
for
us
the
will talk
mic that
about the
I'm
development
using.
of Nintendo Switch 2.
The Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
So there it is,
Very much
June
looking forward
5th.
to the day
That
we
is
all get to experience it, so please
far
wait
too
just
close
a
for
bit
me
longer.
to even consider investing in at this moment.
Now, the second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
All right.
Nintendo Switch 2.
I wonder why they wouldn't
games
all
are
be
the third
compatible.
type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals.
I'm going to skip
unique
over
graphics
all
on
of
Switch
those.
2,
It was a
and
nice little chunk of them, and I think there's
I'd
only
like to
one
show
or
you the
two that I
Nintendo
was
Switch 2
interested in.
edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah, like this is one I'm skipping over.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature
I would
enhanced
probably consider
resolution
picking up
with
Tears of the Kingdom since I haven't played that yet, but
and
I'm
also
still
support HDR,
struggling
which makes
to
the image more
do
vibrant,
Breath of the Wild
so
on
you
the
can
Switch.
play
So,
smoother, higher definition graphics.
but as typical for Nintendo, they're going to port over
Plus,
a Mario and they're going to
get even
port
more out of your
over,
adventures in Hyrule using
well, they're going to
Zelda
port over a
Links.
Zelda every time, without a doubt.
This new feature
Breath of the
can be
Wild
accessed
was
via
on
Nintendo Switch
freaking
app on Zelda
Wii
devices.
U,
Titles.
and now it's coming over to
For
the
example, it can
Switch
help
2.
guide you to
I talked about this in the video where they, the last Nintendo
In
Direct that
addition
was
to
just a
standard
few days
controls,
ago.
you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
I would like to get into the Metroid
You
Prime
can
games,
explore
and this might be a
immersive
good
world in
opportunity
4K
here.
at 60 frames per second.
And of course, I will want to
Enjoy
get the
smoother action in
Nintendo
Full
Switch
HD
2
at
version of it
120
for
frames
sure.
per second. Plus,
Don't care.
and if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack.
So it's kind of like what they did, like, you know, games like Spider-Man on the PS4. To play the PS5 version, you can
I'd like to introduce
order
a brand new
DLC.
game
I think it was like
featuring
$10
mouse
to be able to
control
play it on the
content
PS5. I'm like, no, I'll just keep it on the PS4. It's fine.
Please take a look.
So this one was kind of odd to me too. Well, not odd necessarily. I see what they're trying to do. It's a unique setup. It's just that, like, are these robots in wheelchairs? Are these actual people? Like, I see what they're trying to do with the actual mouse and stuff, but I'm just kind of wondering about the concept itself, the design itself. I guess it's supposed to be people. It's a very unique concept. I think it kind of shines a light on what's a very cool sport. I think they could have used the opportunity to actually bring in athletes in that sport. His sleeves are so long.
To intuitively pull off various moves.
You could use the opportunity to actually highlight athletes that play this sport, as opposed to doing like
Here are some games
just
from
regular
publishing and development
robot-looking
partners
people.
coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I have long observed the lands between.
All right, so Elden Ring's coming to the Switch. Very ambitious. It'll be very interesting to see how well it runs. I talked before about how the Switch,
That guide you through
Mortal Kombat was just terrible. Well, just came across terrible, came out awful. And for this to be coming to the Switch 2 with, and I mean, if anybody's ever seen Elden Ring and stuff, you can see how
the throne.
much is in that game graphically. So it'll be interesting to see how well it runs on the Switch 2.
I'm Greg Kasabin from Super. 我々がお届けするタイトルは
And just talking about fighting games in general, just to see Street Fighter 6 to be coming to it as well. I think that could be pulled off a lot better than the Mortal Kombat. It's got a lot going on too, but I don't think it's probably not as heavy. And I mean, you know, the Switch 2 is going to be an upgrade graphically, so hardware wise, I think it can handle it. It's wild that they're doing amiibos for that. I didn't know that was still a thing. I thought amiibos had been pretty much abandoned, but clearly they have not.
Data link with Spot has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
Because we're in the middle of a war.
This actually looks pretty dope.
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you.
Little anime mech action.
Bring hope to
Daemon Ex Machina.
Don't pay.
Titanic Scion.
Hey, this is Joseph Fares from Hazelight. I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm gonna pick this title up at some point.
You play as Leo, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their
This looks like a pretty fun companion game. I haven't watched anybody play it and stuff because I do want to experience it
Let me tell you
myself,
this,
but
if you like games too, You're gonna love this one, trust
I
me.
need to play this and Take Two. It Takes Two.
Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Literally no gameplay. Not that I'm interested in them at all, but it's just very interesting that was their trailer. All right. Pro Skater 3 and 4. Awesome that they're having all these, the return of so many different games. But this is kind of like what I was talking about. This is nice with the improvements and everything, but there's a lot of games coming to this thing that have already been out. So just kind of glazing past them. I'm more interested in the new stuff. And besides, I've tried Tony Hawk before and I'm terrible at it.
Hitman World of Assassination to Nintendo Switch 2.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, okay, Hitman, cool.
Switch 2.
It'll be interesting to see which James Bond that they choose for this thing. Because I don't think they specified a James Bond or a title or anything like that. It's just, yeah, Project 007. Of course, it's Yakuza. This series has been so oversaturated. Now, I know it's got its fans. I know people love it and stuff, and I'm not going to take that away from them. But if I were to play one, it would probably be Yakuza 0. I've seen somebody actually play through. I've watched a couple of people actually play through it before. It looked pretty interesting, but like, it's gone on to do the like a dragon stuff, and it just seems to be a bit much now. It's not. It doesn't seem like a unique experience anymore.
Please take a look.
Okay, and this is Hyrule Warriors. I'm an old school Dynasty Warriors fans back on the PlayStation 2 where it used to chug when just 25 people were on the screen. Haven't been interested in playing any of the Zelda Warrior games. I think this is like the third one so far. Looks exciting. No Link. Strangely enough. Age of Imprisonment. So this is something I'm very excited about. I played so very few GameCube games. My best friend was the GameCube owner, so
Nintendo GameCube, originally released in
there's a lot of games I'm very excited about, especially this first one here.
Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading.
Yeah, I've wanted to play this one for a good long while. Now, I know this is the version that has the very lengthy sailing scenes and stuff, but it doesn't matter because this game just looks amazing. And this is the version of Soul Calibur that I never got to play. And the fact that Link is the special character in there, pretty dope.
Titles will be added in the future.
Very nice. I was wondering about Mario Sunshine, another game I haven't played, and Super Mario Strikers is definitely getting picked up. I've had a number of long nights playing with my best friends on Super Mario Strikers. Definitely looking forward to picking that one back up. I think that controller is awful. If I can avoid playing with it, that would be awesome. Yeah, so as much as I liked Undertale, I've never gotten into Deltarune. I probably, and when I say liked Undertale, I mean watched it. As much as I enjoyed watching that and stuff, I never really caught on with Deltarune. I'm sure it's amazing because Undertale was amazing, but I'll have to sit down and kind of watch it and stuff. It's not a game because of the challenge that comes along with it and stuff. It's not very appealing to me, but maybe at some point I'll have to sit down and take a look at Deltarune and stuff and see if it has the same appeal as Undertale, because Undertale came through and swept up. Oh god.
Order
Randy Pitchford is a very interesting character. But enough about him. Borderlands 4. I haven't played a Borderlands game since Borderlands 2. I would love to give 3 a shot and maybe 4 when it comes out and stuff. Very involved for a first-person shooter.
Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Not interested in that.
Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees.
Okay, this looks kind of dope.
Hook, line, and sinker. Tastes amazing.
I wonder if it's like a procedurally generated. Surprised I got those words out. Maps, kind of like Minecraft.
Ha! Nicely done. Well, I think that's everything. Let's set sail. This time for home.
Yeah, no, that looks like a kind of game that I would get into.
From Dodge Roll. Here's the first look at Enter the Gungeon 2. Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel.
I still haven't fired this game up. I know, Enter the Gungeon, the original Enter the Gungeon. I still haven't fired it up yet.
We're excited to share more with you in the future.
But I'm pretty sure that's going to be a fairly dope game itself.
My name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive...
So this is very ambitious as well. Just like the other games I talked about, the idea of bringing Cyberpunk, which is such a graphically heavy game, onto the Switch 2 still seems pretty lofty, but I'm willing to see if they're going to pull it off. And the fact they're calling it the Ultimate Edition is pretty bold, pretty bold. Haven't played it before. This might be an opportunity for me to play it. Another one, Final Fantasy. And again, like, as great as these games are and stuff, and as ambitious as it is for them, for Nintendo to try to bring it to the Switch, everybody's played these games, except me, of course. I still have the PS4 Final Fantasy VII, and I have remake, and I have not played it yet. I'll get around to it at some point. But it's just a lot. There's a lot of games that are already out or have been out for a while are coming to the Switch. They don't have the most impressive like launch set. I think they could literally get away with just holding off for new systems. Like when is the next PlayStation and Xbox coming around? Coming out. When are those coming out? At the same time, however, the Switch has been out since 2017, making it this year will be 8 years, and that is a pretty substantial gap since then. They have to update, so why not now? If they're wanting to put out like larger titles and stuff, yeah, they have to update. Oh yes, Fortnite. Let's not forget Fortnite. I don't even know why they stuck that arcade archives in there, like Ridge Racer, one Ridge Racer game. Tamagotchi. Yeah. From Software, developing a Nintendo Switch only for now game. I've not played a Dark Souls. I've not played a Souls-like. I've got Neo. I've not played a Dark Souls game. I've not played a Souls-like. I've not played a Bloodborne. I've not played the Elden Ring. I might get to them at some point, but I do like to watch others play the game. And I know that this is a big deal. And the fact that it's only coming out to the Switch is quite interesting. Again, wondering just how powerful just how well the Switch will be able to the Dusk Bloods. Just wondering how capable the Switch 2 will be at handling something of that graphical fidelity. Is it going to be as big as Elden Ring? Because the games have to get bigger and builder. Why can't I say this? Because the games have to be bigger and bigger each time. So, yeah. But yeah, that's just going to be for the time being. All right, so this one will be pretty cool. Like looking at it, it kind of looked like Banjo-Kazooie right off the bat. Like it has the scent of the older Rare games all over it. But it is, in fact, a Donkey Kong game, which was a Rare game before. Yeah, this isn't the worst game to come, to end things on. His fur looks horrible, but I love his facial expressions. I love how cartoony he looks. It kind of looks like what they started to go towards with Super Mario Wonder. And I love just how much destruction is involved in the game. It looks like almost open world. There's just a lot of destructive elements in there. And it's weird because, like, when it comes to Donkey Kong, let me see, was it? There might have been a couple of characters back there. They shot past it so quickly. Let me see if I can spot them. No, so it's like the little miners and stuff. I don't see Diddy Kong. I don't see any other really recognizable characters. So it just appears it's going to be like a full-on departure from typical Donkey Kong Country fare. Because that's pretty much what it's been. Anytime that Donkey Kong comes back, unless he's with Mario, it's been like something in the vein of Donkey Kong Country. But this one appears to be departing from that altogether. Which is fine because DK doesn't get a whole lot of... I don't think he gets a whole lot of play. As far as like a full-on adventure, was it since like 64? So yeah, I think that's a pretty cool title to be coming out for the Switch too.
Action game. Please check the official Nintendo Switch 2 website, which goes live later today.
Okay, so we'll pop over to that real quick.
But that's all we have to share for today.
There it is. Switch 2. $449.99 for just the console. And with the Mario Kart World Bundle, it's going to be $500. So, I don't plan on getting it day one. I have already tried that. I tried that before with the PlayStation 5. Didn't work out. Didn't end up getting it for like maybe another year or something. And Sony had to reach out to me for that one. So I'm not, as exciting as it is, I'm not clamoring to get a Nintendo Switch 2. So when I get it, I get it. But I guess first initial impressions and stuff, would like to see a lot more newer games come out. Newer games to be ready for it. It looks like it's kind of dry as far as like new stuff. And considering that it's been 8 years and stuff, to know that we're just getting like, rehashed Switch 2 editions of games is slightly disappointing, but it looks like over time that is going to rev up. I know Nintendo historically has gone back to a lot of their older titles and brought them over when they bring out a new console, and this is no different. But it's like at this point in time and stuff, yeah, I do want to see some of your regular or some new stuff coming out and stuff. So the Donkey Kong, that's something fresh and new, although it's not going to be available until a month after the Switch 2 drops. So I don't know. I'm just kind of like meh about the whole thing. Price wise, it could probably come down a little bit and stuff. It's still not going to be. I still don't think it's going to be like the higher end, your PlayStations and your Xboxes and stuff. But I always see the Nintendo consoles as being a bit more affordable. Now here it looks like they're bringing it up a bit, so just gonna have to roll with it. But yeah, we'll see how things roll out once the Switch drops here in just a couple of months. But in the meantime, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hoping to get at least 1 or 2 videos out each week, and I should have another one coming out this week as well. So just be on the lookout for that. But until next time, it's been your boy Den. Peace. Or if it was just Mario Kart 8. So I think we confirmed, yeah, Mario Kart 9 is coming. Why are the captions in French? Son, come now. Uh-oh, he wilding out. Don't wild out, son. I know I just got home. I know, leave my earphones alone, son. Son is drooling all over my hand right now. What's up, son? Can you, please, son? Where you going, son? I might have to wait until my birthday to get it. What? Son over here chewing the heck out of this pacifier. Hopefully it's not picking it up. It's probably picking it up. It's probably picking it up. Leave it. Son, leave the mic alone. That's going to get picked up. Come here, buddy. Son, for God's sake. Do I gotta put you in the chair? Come on. Here, I'm gonna put you in the chair. Dragon Drive. Oh, you excited, kid? If I pick it up, maybe I can get a little bit more activity on the channel. Hey. Okay. I think I am going to have to put you in the chair. Well, that's a second, folks. See how this goes. Yeah, he already hates it. That didn't last long. All right, let's run this back. What's wrong, son? What's wrong? Nice. Everything's just falling apart. The baby's sleeping. But, until that time, it's been your boy Den. There's D3. Hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Peace.